Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast, episode 269. We are just one day before hitting that number 270. And for those of you that are new to the podcast or like never listened to the podcast or read the blog, this means that the number of episodes is always matching the number of days that this podcast and blog exist. And these are consecutive days, so there's no gap in between. I will consider a journal, so every day I am reporting on what is happening in my head, in my life, and in general, if I have any feedback in terms of maybe something happening in Ireland or worldwide, or some thoughts about technology, child development, and other areas like health, sports, something like that. Um, Today, I'd like to make sure that I would say, the episode is more compressed. So instead of kind of dragging that for 25 minutes, I like to pack the updates a bit faster. And there is a reason for that because I think we have the last day of good weather in Ireland, here in Donegal, because I've heard that in Poland they have a very bad weather and quite cold and rainy weather, while we still have a very sunny moments, which is great because I was expecting this evening to be rainy like the last 2 days, but no, we have clear sky, a sunny evening, and despite there I think being a low tide, or at least the high tide was around, I think, 4 p.m., and we are at the moment at 5:45 p.m. or 17:45, depending on which time system you use. And the reason why we want to use that weather is because our stuff that we ordered recently arrived. And by stuff, I mean we got our surfboards and our wetsuits. And this is a first for us. So we're complete amateurs, and not even amateurs, we are complete beginners and people that are barely touching the surfing space. But hey, we moved here a year ago. We have a lot of beautiful beaches and areas where we can test ourselves, or kind of um, train and see if maybe we will get more excited in that kind of sport, even if recreational. That would be great. So yeah, we decided to invest in boards and in wetsuits, and and the rack. That, well, we need to transport it somehow, and the problem is that while my car has the actual slots for the crossbars, and then you can put the rack on top of it, I decided to not invest in crossbars and the rack. That would probably be quite expensive, and we don't carry anything on the top of the car. We never had any, necessity to do that. So I decided to go for a quite interesting thing, and I will likely record a short video to review that and unbox it and show you how it's mounted. So check the YouTube channel. If you're watching that on the YouTube channel, it's obviously the same channel that the review will be posted on. But if you're watching that on Spotify, then obviously I advise you to check for Blunt Force Healing on YouTube. Find the channel and go there, or just check the description where there's the URL, the address, www.bluntforcehealing.com, which will lead you to the blog. And in every blog post, I have the social icons and the links to each and every channel, including Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook as well. So you can check this out and subscribe to those channels if you want to be updated about any news around that. So we will be checking how those boards are floating. We'll probably try to not fall too much and not get wet too much, but it will be inevitable. So yeah, that's the reason I don't want to drag for too long and create too long episode, to still use that lovely weather before it starts getting rainy and stormy, because that's what's included in the forecast for the next couple of days by Met Iron, which is our kind of meteorological institute here on the island of Ireland. Other than that, this day was quite busy from my perspective in terms of the. I don't like the busy word, but it was busy, and busy is not always the thing that is associated with productive. So being busy doesn't mean you're productive. It's just that you do stuff, but it doesn't necessarily lead to anything. And it was a little bit busy, but also productive, because I had to finish quite an important document at work, and I did it, which I'm very happy, because it took quite a while with all those distractions and other tasks to complete it properly, and now it's ready for review. So I'm closing the laptop as soon as I record this one and start uploading it, and I will put those soft racks and straps on top of the roof of the car and drop the boards in there. I hope we won't lose them on the way to the beach, but yeah, I'll probably take a couple of pictures and post them on the blog today, because podcast is recorded before I write the blog post at the moment, so I'll wait with writing to a later stage. Probably I might even cross my committed deadline of 10 p.m. before I publish the blog post, but I want to share a couple of pictures and maybe even some video. If not today, then definitely tomorrow. I'd like to do the run today as well, but I'm not sure how capable of doing that I will be after those shenanigans on the beach, and then we'll probably skip dinner and we'll go to the restaurant to make it easier and not stay in the kitchen for too long and prep that, because it's already quite late. So let me just wrap up quickly, and I'll make sure that there are proper updates in the blog. Julian's school tour is tomorrow, very early, before 9 o'clock. They go to one far corner of Donegal to enjoy the whole day with the class, and there's a lot of activities planned for them, so I suspect he will be really exhausted afterwards. But if he doesn't, then tomorrow also is the league match that, if he's able to, he might attend. It's a soccer match, but we kind of accounted for that he has a school tour. That match wasn't planned for Thursday, it was planned for Sunday, but they brought it forward to Thursday, so they are aware that there might be some players that won't be able to attend. We'll see how he feels, how much juice he has left after the whole school tour, and if he's still ready to play, I will jump into the car and I'll drive him, because it's a match away, a little bit far from Donegal, so we need to get there at, I think, 6:30 p.m. So should be plenty of time in between, because he should be back from school to around 4:30, 5 p.m. So we'll still have enough time, I guess, to join the team if he's able to do it. All right, this episode is short. We are approaching 10 minutes. So thank you very much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next update, and see you tomorrow.